Yeah.
We're hanging out.
I get a
Most natural, like in your backyard.
well, I get a little Vince Vaughn sometimes when I'm doing this stuff.
You
know,
get a
like
little
his
Vince Vaughn?
his bit, like where he's just like, well, I mean, you could just like do this or you could do this. I mean, I don't know, you could. You know how he gets
Yes.
going on that stuff.
Yes.
Like I get a little bit like that sometimes
You're
on
gonna be
these.
Welcome to Lifestyle Profiles. I'm Wendy McGowan Ellis, and today our guest is someone who comes from a rather famous family here in Frisco, the Shaddocks. So we have William Shattuck here today. William, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
So, you excited?
Thanks. I'm excited, yeah.
Awesome. So tell us your background and the family story and how everyone kind of got here to Frisco.
Okay, well, it's not a short story.
That's quite all right.
But so my uncle Peter, he had always wanted to be a builder. He started off building little houseboats on the Sabine River in Orange, which is basically like oil drums with like a wood base, and yeah, I think he actually sold and made money doing it.
Oh my!
So he had always wanted to be a builder or car dealer,
okay.
And I guess he at some point wanted to, became a builder. So he's the second oldest in that side of the family.
Okay.
And he went to TCU back in the 60s. And from there he majored in construction management, knew he wanted to be a builder, and so what he did is he went and worked for a home builder. Try to learn the business. You got to learn it somehow. Someone's got to teach you. But he actually got fired from both of his first two home building jobs. And from that point, he started Peter Shaddock Homes.
Excellent.
Basically, and I think he built his first house in 1967. There's a picture of it in our office.
Okay.
So he got going. I guess it was so late 60s. His wife Phyllis actually worked at that time and provided the money that he needed that they needed to live and to float while he got going. So it was a great partnership and really special. And so that was basically the foundation for our family in North Texas.
Okay.
So from there, Bill, my father, actually attended TCU 10 years later.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my grandfather passed away. So then my grandmother moved up to North Texas. So Peter building homes in North Texas was basically the catalyst to bring us up from Orange, Texas.
Okay.
He became very successful. He built thousands and thousands and thousands of custom homes in North Dallas, of which I'm sure most of them are here today. And I think it was before 635 was even built.
Wow.
Like south of 635.
Okay.
And so we kind of
Dallas proper.
Yeah.
And you've just kind of moved north with the development.
So over time, with like the growth in North Dallas, this is before I was born, obviously, but we've just kind of continued up that corridor. It was North Dallas, and then it was Plano, and then Plano became Frisco and McKinney.
So your father Bill joined your uncle Peter at some point in the business.
Yes.
And your side, so your family side is the development side of the company? Is that
yes.
right?
So over the course of time, of course, if you're in the home building business, there's opportunities to develop single family lots.
Right.
My dad was an attorney, or he is an attorney, but he practiced law. He's a trial attorney with a guy named Max Strother back in the 70s and early 80s. And at that point, he got tired of documenting deals. He wanted to do deals.
Yeah,
he wanted to go build
it.
something. Yeah. So he left the law firm, which he was actually asked to be a partner, and joined Peter in the home building company. So I guess his knack wasn't really home building. Peter has always been the builder, that's been his specialty. And I guess Bill had a knack for developing residential subdivisions.
Okay.
So they both developed residential subdivisions over time, and that led us to Frisco. And really, when I started back, I think my first day interning with a guy named Ryan Griffin was in 2002, and the subdivision is called Shattuck Creek Estates in West Frisco, off Legacy. And the first day I was excited because we were going to knock down some houses. But what I didn't realize is those houses were actually his family home where he grew up. It was actually Griffin. It was like the Griffin family estate.
Yes.
So we had purchased that land from him, and the first day, Ryan being a construction manager, we actually spent that first day tearing down his houses. So I was excited, but he wasn't.
That had to be emotional.
Yeah, he wasn't very thrilled about that. So that was my first day. But from there, I went to school at SMU and had always wanted to be a developer and loved the business. And so from there, I worked with Spires Engineering on the engineering side, with the construction management side with Ryan Griffin, and just got my feet wet.
Yeah.
And when I graduated at SMU, I started working on projects on my own.
So, William, what makes Shaddock Development different from other companies that are here in Frisco?
So I'd say we specialize in what I would call suburban infill development.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to go buy a piece of property in a highly desirable area where there's city infrastructure, and I want to deliver a first-class community. One of my favorite things to do on the weekend is to take my daughters to go see what I'm building and what we built. We actually go play in the playgrounds, we go play in the creeks, we go walk on the trails. And so when I design the communities, I have like basically my kids and my wife in mind. I want to develop a place where families enjoy living. So it's really special to build something that I guess you're proud of, that you can call home, that and see other people living and playing and growing up in those communities,
Exactly.
enjoying what you built.
Exactly. So what are some of the newest communities that are being built out right now?
So I think we have 4 active communities in Frisco today.
Okay.
One being Villages of Stone Lake.
Okay.
It's in East Frisco. It's a 7 or 8 phase master plan community. We're down to our last, I think, 7 or 8 lots.
Wow.
I mean, it's almost done.
All right, get it while it's hot.
I mean, we've been working on that 15 years.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
And that's really a special community. The newest one is Estates at Shattuck Park.
Right.
It's at Main and Independence on the northwest corner. And that's a master plan community with about 450 lots. What I'm really excited about in that community is that we're adding a gym, additional pavilion. We've got a lot of really special amenities we're gonna go back and build in that community.
Okay.
In addition, we've got some great builders. We've got Shattuck Homes, Normandy Homes, and Darling Homes, which creates an excellent lineup.
Yep. They're all beautiful, and they're a good mix of different types of architecture in that neighborhood.
Yes, but they really work together in the community.
Yeah.
It's very charming.
Yes. Excellent word. I like that. I think I'm going to start using that with Shaddock Homes, that they're charming, even though they're also can be quite palatial and extravagant and beautiful as well. So I don't want charming to imply small and quaint.
Yes. Well, I'm not a home builder. I know that Peter has a hard time. He's only going to build a house that he would live in.
Yes.
I mean, to his detriment. And sometimes in a way, I mean, he's not going to build a house that he wouldn't live in himself.
Right.
And I think the quality and the product stands for itself. If you look at a listing from someone selling a Shattuck home, it could be 40 years old. It's going to say Shattuck home first.
Absolutely.
Because people know that adds
People know
value.
that quality. Yes.
They do.
Yes. And no matter who the realtor is, I have always noticed that when your homes do come back on the market, if for whatever reason, people get relocated for jobs or whatever, that is a key selling factor, that it is a Shattuck home and it's in a Shattuck neighborhood.
The first line on the listing, the MLS
Yes.
listing, is going to say Shattuck home.
Yes.
Former Shattuck,
Yeah. Yeah. So how can our audience find out more about where you are and all of the developments that you've got going on?
Well, they can obviously go to our websites.
Okay.
ShattuckDev.com or ShattuckHomes.com. And
Perfect.
I wouldn't say the ShattuckDev.com website's a first-class website, but we try to spend our time on the communities themselves.
Well, excellent. Well, crafting and building the landscape here in Frisco, Texas, the Shattuck family and William Shattuck. Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Wendy.
being with us
Thank
here
you.
today. Thanks.